Daniel O'Neill, a YouTuber from the UK who runs the channel, English Woodsman, has been sharing his wild stealth and woodland camping adventures for nearly a decade. His channel typically features him reviewing camping gear and showcasing his serene outdoor experiences. However, in August 2023, Daniel uploaded a video that was far more unsettling than his usual content. The video starts off with Daniel walking through the woods, chatting with the subscribers, always backing on berries and pointing out the footprints and litter left behind by previous visitors. Things take a disturbing turn about 25 minutes into the video. As Daniel is talking to the camera, he suddenly hears footsteps behind him. Listen closely. It's pretty evident. Turning around quickly, he sees no one. But what is very disturbing is how the footsteps abruptly stop when he calls out, "Hello?"
And rain camping is really good. Is that a badger? Hello?
Despite the scary experience, Daniel decides to continue with his camping trip. But as the sun sets, listen how the footsteps return this time, sounding even closer.
There's that noise again now. Hello? Hello? You got a bit of that. There's nobody here.
Most people would have left immediately, but Daniel remains trying to brush off his fear and finish his dinner. However, as darkness fully envelops the forest, the footsteps start up again, and Daniel's nerves reach a breaking point. He decides it's too risky to stay and packs up to find a safer spot to camp for the night.
I'm going to be honest. I can't stay here now. I'm going to be a wimp. I don't care if people call me a wimp in the comments, but I can't stay here. I'm too unsettled. I'm nervous. I've done camping like this a load of times. I think I'm going to go find somewhere else to get this bivvy set up. But I'm leaving this spot.
In the comments, viewers speculate about the source of the footsteps. Some suggest that Daniel was being stalked by a person, which would be incredibly dangerous given his isolated location. Others think it might have been an animal, though the uniformity and steadiness of the footsteps makes this unlikely. Whatever the cause, Daniel made the right decision to move. In April 2019, a YouTuber named Jason uploaded a video to his channel Appy Mountain Trekkers in which he recorded footage of his solo overnight trip to the mountains. His channel is dedicated to all things outdoors, in which Jason frequently uploads videos of his adventures, hiking, camping, and surviving in the woods. In this particular video, his hike up to the mountain is pretty uneventful, and as soon as he arrives at the campsite, Jason begins setting up his tent and shows his viewers how he starts a fire. As the sun begins to set as he waits for the day to end, he tries his luck at spoon carving, and this is when he reports hearing a strange sound coming from the top of one of the mountains, but he writes it off as a bird or some other small animal, and continues setting up for the night at about 9. He turns his camera off to go to bed, but less than an hour later, he wakes up to a strange sound that he says he's never heard before in his life. He mentions it sounded like some sort of guttural animal call, but because it came from pretty far away, he couldn't identify what it was.
I'm still rattled. I've never heard anything like that in my life. It sounded like a mix between almost like a pig some kind of, I hate to even say it, but a pig, an ape, and the calls almost sounded like how the velociraptors communicate with each other on Jurassic Park. I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Still shaken after the rude awakening, he tries to go back to bed, but just a few hours later, at around 1 a.m., he wakes up again to what he describes as the sound of something or someone circling my camp.
Whatever it is, it's close. You hear that? Whatever it is, it sounded like there was 2 or 3 of them, and it started on the other side of my camp, went around my perimeter.
If you look closely at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you can see the reflection of what appears to be 1 or 2 sets of eyes as he pans his flashlight over them. Although there are many animals with eyes that reflect light at night based on the fiery white color of the reflection, it's very likely that Jason was being observed by wolves or coyotes. Dogs' eyes will also give off a white reflection, but considering that it was around 1 a.m. when this happened, it's unlikely that a dog would be walking around in the mountains so close to his campsite. Coyote and wolf attacks on humans are rare, as both species tend to avoid human contact, but they can still become very aggressive if they feel threatened, especially if they have pups nearby. If this were the case, Jason would be in grave danger, but chillingly, he doesn't even seem to notice the eyes watching him as he scans the area with his flashlight. Luckily, he went back to his tent and slept safely through the night. When he woke up the next morning, he recorded another update for his viewers, but he never mentioned the eyes that his camera had captured the night before, suggesting he might have never noticed that after this video, there were no additional updates on the incident. The uploader Noah shares a chilling story of a night that took a sinister turn while camping in Sun River. But as the night settled in, Noah captured some unsettling GoPro footage that reveals the terror that unfolded in the dead of night. The darkness is absolute, with only the faint glow of the GoPro illuminating the interior of the truck. Then the sound that no one wants to hear, someone knocking on their vehicle. Take a look.
I'm currently sleeping in the back of my truck right now. I don't even know what time it is. And there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. My gun's in my cab though.
In the pitch black of 2:30 a.m., the silence is punctuated by the sound of footsteps circling the truck the next morning. The chilling reality of the encounter is fully revealed. Watch how marks and smudges cover the back of the truck, evidence of someone trying desperately to peer inside.
So I'm back home. This is the day after. He was trying to peek in my truck quite a bit with all these marks. I didn't even notice until I got home. Handprints there, a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck. Well, looks like to be trying to get inside my truck. That's really all I could tell from when he was walking around. That's new. Don't know how that got there. More handprints trying to get in my truck. At least the back canopy was locked, but yeah, that was the result.
The most disturbing detail: the person who terrorized Noah had no torch or light source. They were wandering the dark woods completely shrouded in darkness, tapping and scratching at the truck in the dead of night before vanishing without a trace. Rowie is a channel dedicated to off the grid living, in which the uploader usually posts videos about what life is like living out of his truck and traveling around the country. The videos are usually pretty cool, with an emphasis on the beauty of nature and independent living. But this particular video is a bit more disturbing than the rest. In December 2017, Rowe uploaded footage of an incident that took place earlier that year while he was car camping in a parking lot at around 1:30 a.m. A hooded man started walking around his truck and taking pictures of his license plates. Because the back of the truck where the uploader was sleeping was pretty much pitch black, the men probably didn't see anyone in there and continued to suspiciously walk around the truck for several minutes, unaware that he was being recorded. After a while, the man makes his way to the side of the truck and tries to shine the flashlight inside, which is when the uploader decides to take action to protect himself and let the man know he's there. Immediately after the uploader bangs his fist on the inside of the truck, the suspicious man runs away. It's unclear what exactly he planned to do, but based on his behavior, it could have been anything good, and he was probably planning a carjacking. Fortunately, the uploader was able to get away safely and spend the night elsewhere. Brendan, the adventurous mind behind the YouTube channel Brendan Explores, drives into Jaywick searching for a quiet spot to park for the night. After some searching, he finds a secluded area on the edge of farmland. Far from any streetlights or busy residential zones, the peace Brendan craved is abruptly shattered around 2:30 a.m.
I think someone's outside the back. Half-past 2. Someone just tried the door. Hey! Right, whoever the that was has now gone. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh my god. Oh, fuck's sake.
A loud clanking sound at the door handle and the sudden smash of a window send his heart racing. His quick reaction manages to deter the would-be thief, who vanishes into the night as swiftly as they appeared. Deciding he can't stay, Brendan makes a tough call to abandon his camping spot facing a long, cold drive home. Brendan's terrifying experience in Jaywick has sparked significant discussion among his followers about the risks of solo travel and stealth camping. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers that can lurk in even the most seemingly peaceful locations. In 2018, a YouTuber named John uploaded this video to his channel Lost Lakes, in which he posts about his backcountry camping adventures in Canada. The video was taken at around 3:30 a.m. at a remote location west of Chippewa, Ontario, where, according to John, there was no cell phone signal.
Well, I am living every solo camper's nightmare right now. There appears to be an animal of some kind pacing around my tent. It's the middle of the night, and then around 3:30, I started to hear this pacing sound, and 45 minutes later, it's still just pacing around out there.
Considering he was camping in a remote location in the black bear capital of the world, it's very likely that there was a bear or some other large animal outside the tent. Although it's rare for bears to attack campers, it has been known to happen. Other animals such as moose or wildcats can also pose a threat to campers if they ever feel threatened or provoked. And in those cases, a feeble camping tent won't offer a lot of protection against an angry 600-pound animal. It's much more common for people to be harassed by other people than by animals. But in this case, the footsteps don't sound very human to maintain sanity. John shows his viewers the things he brought along on his camping trip to protect himself against animals, which include a hatchet bear spray and an air horn near the end of the video. He mentions his car is right outside the tent, but he can't find his key and probably left it in the car. But in the end, he slept through the night safely. He never found out what exactly was walking around his tent that night. Most campers will say they're more afraid of running into ill-intentioned people rather than aggressive animals on their camping trips. And this footage is the perfect example